Here is number 7 from your review for your final exam. And what I'm going to talk about is I'm going to just talk through how you would do it using the table, but I'm also going to show you how to do it using the calculator. And either one of those is fine for the review and for the final. So for number 7, you're supposed to find the variance and the standard deviation and the range, which the range, just as a side note, the range is the largest minus the smallest numbers from your data set, and you include all the numbers, including any that are repeated. So for this example, there are 24 numbers or 24 nurses from the data, and you need to include every single number. So the range for this one is 50 minus 24, so the range is 26. Okay. So for the variance, you would need the mean, which you would have calculated from number 6. And I can actually show you how to do all of this in the calculator for the mean, the variance, and the standard deviation. So the data set I have started here. So there was the number of hours that nurses worked during the week. Okay. And so I started listing the data. This is how you would do it if you were doing the table and the formula form. So you'd start by writing out each number. Be careful you have all 24 numbers. And then you would take each number and minus the mean, which was 37.4. So for this one, we had, or approximately 37.4. So we had 40 minus 37.4. So x minus x bar, which is what that's called, would be approximately 2.6. And then again, 2.6. And then this one would be negative 2.4. And then 10.6, and so forth. Okay, and so then for the table, then you remember this was called the deviations from the mean. So we found how far away each of our data values was from the mean of the data. Okay, and then because we ended up with this equaling 0, which wouldn't make any sense because of the positive and negative numbers canceling each other out, we went through and squared each of those numbers. So we squared each of these. Okay, and so that would give us 6.76, 6.76, 5.76, 112.36, and so forth. And you would do that for all of your numbers, okay? And so to calculate the variance, what we need is the sum of this column, okay? So this column is the x minus x bar squared. So you need the sum of this column, and then you divide by n minus 1. So if n minus 1 is 24, we would take 24 minus 1 and get 23. Okay, so if you do all of these, so you take all your data values, subtract the mean of 37.4 from each one, and then square each of those differences, you would get approximately 659.84. Okay, and so the variance for a sample is s squared. Remember, for a population, it's sigma squared. So this is going to be that sum of the x minus x bar squared, which is this, 659.84, divided by n minus 1. N is 24, so we're going to divide by 23. Okay, so if we do that, we get approximately 28, that's a decimal there, 0.69. Okay, so that's by hand using the table and the formulas that we went through in class.